And I just discovered a problem with my rear brake.
Alrighty, so let's get packing. I gotta get all this stuff on this table packed into my bags. There might be a few bits and bobs here that's not coming along. Rain jacket is definitely coming along. Helmet, wallet, batteries, all sorts of stuff. I gotta get that put into here, transfer my drone into these little baggies so I can put it in that bag. If we come out here to the kitchen, I gotta get these packed up in my frame bag, along with some tortillas. The best thing for the mornings. And yeah, so let's get going.
Okay. Yeah, let's see if I can get everything into this bag. I've got an audience here. Hey, Oliver. What you doing? Huh? And got Jesse over there. So yeah, let's see if I can get everything in here. I have one hand, so this might be interesting. So cook pot, and in here, I'll show it off when I'm on the trail as well, but in here I've got a Camping Moon camping stove with a 100 gram isobutane fuel canister and a little rag. And you guys see me put the beans in. I got Nutella. So we'll go, we've got one bean, Nutella. We'll throw another beans, maybe. I'll grab another bean, I believe. Should fill this void up. What's nice about those packets are they're smushable. Peanut butter. I like the squishy deals because again I can shove it up in places. Very, 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 very bad camera work. And then I've got tortilla rolls or tortillas for making rolls, perhaps. And I think that's going to be it for this side. There's not a whole heck of a lot of room here. I can maybe fit a few things like 4 fingers up in here, if I ever came across 4 fingers to put up in there. But otherwise, that's going to be that. What I've got down here in this little section is my first aid kit. And I've got a little baggie of tools with a spare tube, some grease, a couple nuts and bolts for those. Yeah. So I'm thinking I'm gonna probably put this in a Ziploc baggie. And I'm trying out these camp meals from Pinnacle Foods. I've read a couple reviews about it and they're supposedly really good. I will let you know on the trail how they were or are. And then in here, in this little baggie, I have my titanium spoon, branded. I don't know how well that's showing up. And just a regular old butter knife for scooping the Nutella. And these, I have a specific spot for them. So let's open this sucker up. Like in here, I've got a couple 3 pockets. And I usually just shove this in here. Kind of like so. I'm trying out this new trowel from Pact. It comes with, or I bought it with some mycelium tablets that are in here. That's supposed to break down the poop better. And then these little white thingies are towels. You're supposed to wet this and then it's like bubbles up or swells up or whatever, and then it's all moistened up, gives you a little towel. It all fits into its own little deal. There's a nice little rubber band to it. Yeah, that just lives right here in the side pocket for easy access. I have maps as well. I don't use these for navigation because I don't have a compass and I like my technology, but there's something to do with maps. I love maps. It's kind of funny, I'm filming this in my living room, even though I have a beautiful office over there. Who knows, I might change some of this stuff up too. This would be my first bikepacking trip, solo, non-supported, or no way out. I did RAGBRAI this year. It was pretty fun. But yeah, I kind of want to do something a little more adventurous. So I figured 4 days in the Black Hills. Why not also have a belt? Because my bike is belt driven. You never leave home without a belt. Even for RAGBRAI, because that's where I broke mine. Okay. I'm thinking those mangoes I'm going to be putting in here because I don't really know what I'm going to be putting in here. I have my flashlight in here at the moment. Water bottle, bike computer, and then I got to put the front stuff on here. So through the power of editing, this went into here, and this one here. Disappears right into here. What's up, mangoes? And there's still enough room for my wallet. Speaking of wallet, and I have a phone here somewhere, and my phone to live in here also. Perfect. Phone on the one side, wallet potentially on the other side. This baggie here is completely empty because I might end up using this for like drone batteries and my DJI Osmo camera batteries. So, which I've got 3 of them here. I have a 20,000 milliamp battery backup battery here. This might be an interesting point of view. So let's see. I don't know yet how I want to pack all this, to be honest. And it's probably going to change over the course of this week. I have my tent and my one dry bag packed. So in this dry bag I've got my tent poles, my quilt, and my rain fly. So that's pretty much what lives in this dry bag. Oh, and I've got my pillow on here in here as well, or at least the blow up part of the pillow. So this usually goes in this side. Maybe it's quite tight, but yeah, it works. And then on this side here is usually my clothes. But I'm thinking, seeing that I don't have room for get fuzzy. Seeing that I don't have room for any of my meals are just going to go in my dry bag with my clothing. And then I'll lay my clothes out here in a minute, and then we'll kind of go through that and see what I'm taking with. Whether it's going to be enough or not, I've got no idea. I'm usually hot. I don't get cold very easily. Lows are supposed to be dipping down to like 50s. So we'll see how that goes. Alrighty. Let's see if we can pack all this stuff in to my dry bag, which I'm pretty sure we can. I'm using the Rockgeist microwave panniers, I think that's what they call that. But yeah, so what I've got going on here is long sleeve shirt, pajama pants, what? 2 riding shorts, they're not coming with. 2 merino wool shower pass riding shirts, 2 pairs of socks. I got a little pack towel from Pneumatics. This thing is awesome. And then, let me see, I've got a Snack cycling cap. I sometimes wear this, I sometimes not, kind of depends on what the temperature is, but yeah. Gyro gloves, Perlizumi arm sleeves. And I have a 0.6 boxer shorts, merino wool as well, for sleeping in at night. 2 11 pine riding padded shorts. This stuff is pretty cool too, pretty good. I'll have a buff with me as well to kind of protect my neck, and if it gets hot enough, dip it in water, cool you down just a tad. So, and food obviously. We'll pack all this in this bag and then we'll go from there, I think. And I don't know. I usually just stuff for the most part. See if it fits. But yeah, looking at this, there's plenty of room. Might as well, right? Alrighty. So we've got that in there. What's nice about these, you can take them off the bike and then pretty much do with them what you want and then put them back on the bike. So let me get the camera whipped around here and then we'll put them in the bike. We got our dry bag. And let's go ahead and try and shove this baby in here. Which, this usually goes pretty good. I haven't had too much of an issue with it. I guess I should point out, I'm taking a chair with me as well. I'm living the chair life because hanging out in that sucker after a day in the saddle is nice. I can tell you that much. So if you don't have a chair, get one. And let me see if I can get this one here tightened up. Oh, talk about a struggle. But anyway, yeah, so that's kind of that. I got one more item to put on here, my tent. So we'll get that sucker thrown on here. Alrighty, I think there's definitely different ways to do this. This is the Nemo Dragonfly Osmo Dragonfly bikepacking tent, and it came with like this little strippy thingies. So you could probably just not use these, but I do. I mean, you might as well. So yeah, it takes a little bit to get it on here, but should be fairly simple. I've done it once or twice. Yeah, and that's kind of where my tent lives. So yeah, she just lives right in the front hole on a Salsa Anything cradle. I have the Jones H bars on here, and I'll show more of the stuff when I'm out and about. I have a little cheap bar here because my other bag ties on to the front bar here, and then I can't get my bike computer in on the stem. But yeah, so she is kind of loaded, I think. We got sleep system and rainfly and temples. We have a chair. We have clothing and some food. Oh yeah, lighting sucks in my house. Shine down on the TV. Not the glare of the actual band. Anyway. Okay, now let's see if we can put this sucker on here. This is, I don't know what the best idea is or what the best, I don't know. We'll call it an idea. But this is what I've come up with. I'm going to shove this on here. Should fit fairly snugly because I made some changes to the Velcro. I made some super glue changes to the Velcro. Pull this tight. Maybe see if I can get it underneath. There's a little tab that I cut underneath there. I'll do the same with this side. So yeah, and then I have a little empty hole. So I'm thinking this is where I want to put my drone and my camera batteries. Got everything packed up. For a second there, I thought I might not have enough room for everything, but I think it's gonna work out. I weighed it all. I've got my scale right down there, and it said on the back wheel, as loaded with water bottles, 85-ish pounds, like 84.5, and I'll put on the screen how many kilograms that was. But yeah, so 85.3 pounds, which is not too bad actually. I was expecting like 90 to 100, but I opted not to put my wide foot cage on the bottom here, and I didn't do my my cages on the forks just because I don't think I'll need them. I haven't quite decided if I want to do a hydration pack or not. According to bikepacking.com, there should be fairly decent amount of streams that you can cross, and I should be going into Sturgis and Lead to get some water. So I'll have 2 water bottles, and I do have an extra 2-liter water bottle in my water filtration kit. So that should give me hopefully enough water. You know, maybe. So yeah. But anyway, I'll make my mind up here at some point. But I think I've got everything packed up so far. It's in pretty somewhat decent shape. Once I get to camp, I'll unpack and do kind of a what I put where. I guess one thing I didn't say is I'll be taking my Xero sandals as camp wear, and I don't go anywhere without these. They weigh just about nothing, and they're comfy as hell. So anyway, so with that being said, I'm gonna unpack everything, at least pick these up. I gotta disassemble the bike to fit it into my car. So yeah, take most of it off that I just packed, and then we'll go from there. One thing, so on RAGBRAI, there was one campsite where I couldn't for the life of me get my stakes into the ground. So I figured, oh, you know what? I'm talking completely out of the frame. Anyway, like I said, I'm a beginner. Who knew? I'm thinking I'm gonna start carrying a hammer with me. I tried my shoe and it just didn't work as well as I thought. The back side and the front side, and it even had a cleat on it, and couldn't get the stakes into the ground. So this is light enough where I'm thinking it won't matter much. And then once this pannier is in this bag, it slips in pretty darn easily, like just right on the side. I don't think it'll come out. I guess if I report back on Monday, it's gone. It's not a good spot for it. So, and flip the bike upside down, get the tires off. And I just discovered a problem with my rear brake. So I'm gonna have to take a look at that as well before I go anywhere. I've got some batteries charging right now to get that all charged up and ready so I don't have to monkey with that. I will be taking my car charger with me. My plan is to fly my drone a couple spots while I'm out there, and on my way to Sturgis or wherever. And that way I can get some nice drone shots and do kind of a vlog style deal. This bag is pretty darn heavy, holy cow. So yeah, let's see if I can flip this sucker upside down without breaking half of it. Oh, perfect. Alrighty. Only lost one thing. I gotta see what's cooking with my brakes here. Just gonna drag you along. This whole thing is moving. So I gotta figure out. I I don't know. I think when I've got the... I have the tire off, I'll pull the axle out. Once I got this off, I should be able to figure out what's going on. It might just be these, but I'll find out here in a minute. Okay, so I got the wheel out, and lights is pretty crap. But I'm thinking the only way I can see this is screwed on to here where it's moving, or it's moving on the axle, is this screw and that screw. So if I bring you along this way, that's screw and that screw. So I'm just going to tighten these up, and then I will have to see what it looks like once I make it to camp. So I mean, this is pretty easy. Just a number 5 Allen wrench to tighten these up. Gave her a good twist. So she's definitely tight now. I'll have to keep an eye on it. If it starts doing the same thing, or I am taking Loctite with me, so if all else fails, she's getting a bit of Loctite on it. Because this hardly ever moves. So this is only for tensioning the belt to move the axle back or forward and aft. So I tightened down that side. So let's do. I'll see if this side needs some loving attention. Good. And no, that's good too. And so it's just this side that, or the other side, I mean, that was actually moving. Yeah, I think I got that problem solved. We'll have to see. Everything else seems fine. And by the sounds of it, there's quite a bit of downhill so on this route that I'm doing. So I for sure do not want to be monkeying without brakes. Well, let me get that front wheel off. And then I'll put these back up in their hole where they belong. And then this should be just about ready to go. This here is the charging corner. Just charging the last of the drone batteries and the controller battery. This one here for the Osmo is charged and ready to go. Car charger. So, and I don't know if you can see that. Maybe. I don't think that's going to focus. But anyways, cool beans. I got to remember to take this with me, so maybe I should leave that right there. That way I don't forget it. Alrighty, well, I suppose it's about that time of night. I've got everything pulled apart and it is ready for tomorrow. So, with that being said, I'll give you a quick brief overview of kind of what I've got planned. So tomorrow I'll be driving from my home here in Minnesota over to Wall, South Dakota. I'll be spending the night in a tent in a... What's up, Molly? And then Friday morning, I will be heading towards Silver City. I will reassemble the bike, start up the Centennial Trail towards Sturgis, and make my way around, coming back down towards Lead, down to Rochefort or something is it called? And then after Rochefort, Mystic, and then Mystic kind of on the Mickelson Trail down and around to Silver City again, and then back to my car where I parked it on Friday. So I should be back to my car again on Monday morning-ish. I'm kind of hoping for noon o'clock or midday, get the bike pulled apart and all that kind of fun jazz, and then head for home. So yeah, that's kind of what we got planned. And I'm kind of aiming for 32 miles on day one. I'm hoping I'd be able to do that, and then the other 2 days should be... I made myself some notes. The other 2 days should be, or the other 3 days, 42, 42, and 13 miles on on Monday, which would put me right back to my car again. Oh, and by the way, this is Molly. Apparently she likes the camera. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of the plan, and let's see how far we can get, and we'll go from there. So yeah, I should stop saying so yeah. All that being said, I'm gonna shut all this down, and I will see you back here in the morning. I haven't quite decided what time I want to leave here yet. We'll kind of see what time I get out of here. I'm planning on leaving the house a little after 6, so hopefully that happens. I gotta put everything in my car yet, and hope for an uneventful drive out to South Dakota. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Good night.